The next question is, given a singly linked list, write a function to swap the element pairwise. For example, the given list is this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the output should be 2, 1, 4, 3 and 5. Now we need to swap the element pairwise. Means this should go here and this should go here and this will remain as it is. Now this is a very simple program. It just only we need to swap the elements like we usually when given, that is when we have these two like A and B, and suppose here we have a 10 and here we have a 20. Now usually we swap like we use one of the temporary variable, and in which we will write like a temp is equals to A, that is temp will hold the data of A, that is 10, it will hold. Now we can override this to here. Now A is equal to B, that we have overwritten A as 20. Now we can copy this to here. Now B is equals to temp. Usually we do the swapping like this. The same thing we will apply it here. That will be, we will keep in one of the end we can say where or something that will hold for temporary the data of, suppose this is the linked list given, that is 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Now the given head node is here and this is the list given. Now here we will use a temporary variable, that is a where, or we can use any of the variable, and then in the temporary variable what we will do is we will use one more node here, that we can say current node is here, or we can say temp here so that it will be easy for swapping. So temp node we will assign initially to the head, and we will use one of the variable, that is t, to store the value of the temporary variable. So in that initially we will, so suppose this is A and this is B. Now what we will do is we will store this value in this temporary variable, that is 10, in which we will store the 10 here. Now what we will do is we will use suppose t is equals to temp of data, that is this one. It will hold for now. Now what in the next now we will override this value here. So temp dot data, we will override temp dot next data, that is the next variables next node's data, we will copy it here. So now it will become 20. Now we will copy this data back to here. Now temp dot next dot data, it means this one, dot data is equal to t, whatever the value we have stored, because this is a single link. So we are considering here that the given list is of integer, the value in it is an integer, that's why we are storing it int k or int t. So next in a temporary of next of data, that will be t, that is 10, and we have now swapped these two. Now our temp is here. Now we have swapped these two, so now we need to move the temp to here. So temp is equals to temp of next, that is this one, to next. Now we will again perform the same operation until we reach the end of the list. So let's write the program for this algorithm. We will write a public node, we will return the head of that function. Now we'll write a pair swap function that will be given a node head. And now initially we'll check the base condition, whether if head equal to null, means list given itself is empty, then, or head contain only one element, head of next is equal to null. It means the list only have only one element, that is 10 or something. Then we need to return the same element, same head. Then we will return head. and if it is not true, then we will initialize one of the node, that is temp, to head. We will initialize this to here, head, and now we will use one of the variable, given that the list is the data in the list contain integer. Now we will use the k or t. Now here we will check while temp is not equal to null and temp of next is not equal to null. Until it is true, we will t is equals to temp of data, and temp of data is equal to temp of next of data, and temp next of data is equals to t. This is just the code of swapping the two data. Now we will assign the temp is equal to temp of next, because we are swapping the pairwise. That's why we are moving the pointer to two pointer ahead. After that, here it will complete this while loop, and after completing this, here should be the else part. I think here should be the else. In this else part we have this program, and after this one we will return the head node, and here completes this else part, and here completes this function. Now let's say this is the given list, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and the head node is given here. And initially we will check whether head is not equal to null and head of next is not equal to null, then we'll return head, but it is not. So in else part we will assign a temporary node. We will assign temp to here. Now we will again assign one. We will use one of the variable, that is t. Now we'll check whether temp is not equal to null and temp of next is not equal to null. So then t is equal to, we will assign temp of data. Currently temp of data is 1. Now temp of data is equals to temp of data is equal to, now we can override this. Temp of next data, that is 2, we will assign it to here 2. And now temp of next data is equal to t, that is 1 we will make, and we will move the temp to temp of next of next. Temp of next of next, so next temp will be here. Now again it will check whether temp is not equal to null and temp of next is not equal to null. Now it will do the same thing. So now 4 will be here and 3 will be here. Now again it will assign temp to here. Now it will check whether temp is not equal to null, but temp of next is null, so it will not do anything. And now it will return the head pointer, that is this one. So now the new list with have 2, 1, 4, 3 and 5, and we will return the head pointer. Now if the list contain only one element, that is 2, and the given pointer is head here, now it will check in here whether the list of next is equal to null. This condition will become true. Now it will return the head, it will return the same list, and the list given is empty. Then it will return, I can return null. So the time complexity for this will be order of n, and the space will be just order of 1, because we are not using any extra space.